Hi everyone, welcome. We are here today at Emergence 2026, our flagship conference that we are hosting in Sydney. Now, building a successful health tech or a med tech company isn't just about having breakthrough science. It requires access to clinical networks, regulatory expertise, and the right infrastructure to actually test and validate your story with real patients. Today, our guest is someone who's built exactly that system. So, Lilly Bojarski is the general manager at Cicada Innovations, where she leads the health tech hub at Westmead, one of the most integrated health innovation precincts in Australia, sitting right in the middle of New South Wales' largest health district. So, let's dive into the conversation. Lilly, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So Lilly Cicada has been around for around 24 years supporting health, deep tech ventures, but the health tech hub at Westmead is a more recent evolution. So what made you realize that health tech startup needed something different, that just having lab space and funding wasn't enough?
Yeah, so Cicada has indeed been celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, and so it's been a tremendous milestone for the company. And it's come about around the same time as the launch of our health tech hub at Westmead, and
Yeah.
also our sister incubator site in health tech, the Jumar Bioincubator in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So both of those new incubator sites are located on major health precincts, and this move towards having bespoke and specific incubator spaces that are co-located on health precincts is something which is fairly new to the Australian ecosystem, but is really very important in making the transition from innovation to products and to the commercialization of health tech assets happen in a more efficient and effective way. And so the contribution of incubators like ours at Westmead is really to help facilitate that progression in a way that will interlock and sort of interconnect the disparate elements of health technology development and commercialization all in one place, right there on the health precinct.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for explaining that. So you're sitting inside the Westmead Health and Innovation District. You know, hospitals, research institutions, clinicians are all in one place. Now, for startups in the hub, what does that proximity actually unlock? Like, what can they do at Westmead that they couldn't do anywhere else?
Yeah, so I'm very happy and proud of being the manager for the health tech hub at Westmead. Westmead is a storied and very well esteemed health precinct in Australia, housing 4 major hospitals, including the Westmead Hospital and the Sydney Children's Hospital and Kids Research Institute at Westmead, as well as the Cumberland Hospital and the Westmead Private Hospital. So there's just a tremendous aggregation of health delivery facilities as well as clinical trial and clinical development facilities at Westmead. There is now increasing emphasis on the development of manufacturing facilities at Westmead for advanced therapeutics, particularly in the gene therapy and cell therapy spaces. So what all that means for our residents is that not only do they have access to the business support and the community building activities that Cicada Innovations offers at all of our locations, but it also gives them a first row seat or a backstage pass, really, to have Cicada act as a concierge system and partner to introduce them directly to the clinicians at the Westmead hospitals and clinical health delivery facilities.
Right.
We've, in the past 2 years that since we launched the Health Tech Hub, we've helped to support our residents to meet with nurses, allied healthcare professionals, clinicians, surgeons, as well as the leadership at the institutes and hospitals, to be able to actually understand what are the processes that are important, what are the parameters that are really important for those people who are running the hospitals, for the people that are integrating digital health technologies into healthcare delivery. What are the things that they need to see in order to de-risk or understand the benefits of implementing a new digital health technology or onboarding a new medicine or medical device into deployment in the hospital. So we have facilitated over 40 one-on-one meetings, and that can be simply for KOL feedback. It could also be for meetings to discuss co-development projects or grant writing opportunities.
Right.
That can also be really to actually work on launching a clinical trial with an asset. And so it's that ability to cut to the chase and really get to the right people. And that's something that's very unique. It is also the case that Westmead is also unique for its ability to actually support clinical research on a grand scale. There's some greater than 1,200 active and recruiting clinical trials at Westmead that are ongoing every year, and so the ability to have a conversation with the people who are, taking in and actually managing those clinical trials is really vital to the founders, because again, it's about access and facilitating accelerated access and information sharing with people so that they can actually, implement that knowledge in their product development plans and in their business development plans.
Absolutely, that's truly wonderful to know, Lily. Now, Cicada supported over 500 deep tech ventures that have raised around $6.5 billion collectively. So, when you're working with early stage ventures like health tech companies, what's the pattern that you see in the ones that make it versus the ones that get stuck in the lab?
Yeah, so I mean, it is the nature of startups that many will fail, but on the other hand, the ones that do manage to succeed, particularly in the health tech sector, a lot of our early stage founders are themselves clinicians or researchers by training, and so a lot of what we do at Cicada with our educational programming and educational support is to help upskill those early stage founders to be able to speak the language of business. It's really vital for researchers and clinicians, if they are interested in championing some of their technologies to make it out of the lab and into clinical research and ultimately out into the market, that when they're approaching potential funding partners or other supporters or ecosystem contacts, that they be able to articulate for those partners what is really the value of their asset. How will those financial partners or funding partners be able to realize the investment that they make and realize, the value of their investment down the road. And that's something which is really counterintuitive for a lot of scientists and researchers. So that's something that we really do put a lot of emphasis and a lot of effort to help them to be able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. As you're here today at Emergence, the conference that we are hosting, surrounded by investors, operators, and other ecosystem players, what's the conversation that you're looking to have with the attendees?
So we're very keen to share with the other attendees here at Emergence what we do at Cicada, and also to help our residents to put their best foot forward as well. And so facilitating those kinds of introductions to some of the panelists and speakers that we've seen presenting here in the last couple of days has been a wonderful opportunity. And also just to engage a little bit more with the broader investment community in Australia. I think that health tech is an ever evolving area in terms of investment, and being able to share to more and more investment partners what the types of technologies they may choose to invest in are, and how they can be conceived to be de-risked. And be just as attractive as other types of investments, be it real estate or other industry verticals and other sectors. Health tech can be just as interesting an area to play in as some of those other environments, and perhaps in some cases more so, because we all are affected by health, and so in the interest of seeing some of those conditions with unmet needs progress to have new therapies and new medical devices or new digital health technologies to assist and make all of our lives better and all of the quality of life better for all of us in the future, it is really important to be investing and supporting our entrepreneurs to bring those assets to market. And so I think it's really wonderful to have an opportunity to meet in person and connect on that sort of human level to share to share what kinds of assets are in development in different kinds of disease states, different therapeutic areas, and to connect those investor partners with our early stage founders. And sometimes that's an early stage conversation that they may want to revisit later, and sometimes it's actually sparked conversations that will hopefully translate into a more near-term engagement.
Yeah, amazing. Truly wonderful, Lily. This has truly been a very insightful conversation with you today. For our viewers that are watching, if you want to understand what it takes to build health tech companies that actually reach patients and why clinical integration matters more than most people realize, this is the conversation that you needed to hear. Hope you found it as valuable as I did. Thank you for watching, and thank you so much, Lily, for your time
Thank you
again.
again for the time on the interview.
A pleasure. Thank you.